The time is now 11:34. A whole bunch of messages, who are they from? We should probably leave in like a couple minutes.
Okay, that's fine. I just need to put on shoes.
Okay, Eva's putting on shoes, good to know. And we've got up now, we're gonna go grab... We're gonna go grab some brunch. The whole point of this video is to talk a little bit about intermittent fasting, let you guys know a little bit more about it. I did a blog post on it, but I'm just gonna take you through an intuitive day of intermittent fasting, and then I'm gonna film my meals for you guys to see what kind of vibe I'm going for. After our breakfast, we've stopped off for a spontaneous smoothie. I really hope you guys enjoy this back workout. I personally love doing weights when you split it up into doing first a compound exercise, which is great because it works basically all the muscles in your body, and then breaking it down into supersets, which is the rest of the workouts. All the number of like sets and reps are going to be listed at the bottom of the screen. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and I hope you get inspired to do this workout this coming week. I just got back from the gym, so I'm feeling really good. Even though today was like technically my rest day, I wanted to go and film that back workout for you guys. And I'm going to be doing weekly different kind of workouts, asking you specifically what you want. If there's any kind of specific workout that you're looking for, like on my last post on Instagram, I wrote the caption being like, do you guys want a back or a bum workout on Sunday? And I think the majority was back. It was pretty even, so I decided to do back because I don't think I've done a back workout before. If you ever do want anything specific, any kind of workouts, then let me know and I'll do that for you. Also on Snapchat, I'm going to be posting my like daily workouts on there, like the full routine, so add my Snapchat, which is Progress Pure. And now I think I'm just gonna veg out. I need to do some fake tan because I'm looking so white and paley right now. Make some protein oats, I think. and then show you guys how I make dinner and talk to you a little bit about intermittent. Yes. Let's see what Mickey's doing. I woke him up earlier and I feel kind of bad, but he looks kind of cute now. Mickey. Mickey. Oh, Mickey, say hi. Hello. No, you're not into that, are you? Oh my gosh, Mickey, you're so sweet. Guys, don't you think Mickey looks a bit like Marnie? 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 You just gotta stick his tongue out. Stick your tongue out. Okay, verging on animal abuse, so I'm gonna leave it there. Absolute like intermittent fasting hacks is trying to drink as many kind of liquids as possible, mainly for me because like I like to do things. So like when I'm bored I'll go eat, so instead of that I'll make a drink, make a coffee, mix my protein wild ACAIs with like some water or whatever, and also kind of keeps you full, and it's so good because you just stay hydrated like most of the time. And one of the key factors for losing weight is drinking water. Also, I am currently fake tanning, that is why I look like such. I'm drinking ACAIs with water, this tea which I'm obsessed with, it's tea pigs, licorice and peppermint, and then coffee. I just made another, well I just made a banana, chocolate protein and salted caramel protein shake from Protein World, which is delicious. Quite a good amount of protein today. And yeah, I'm loving it. With intermittent, I always eat way more on the weekends because I don't have work, so like I'm kind of just in my kitchen. I did a lot of research into intermittent fasting. I spoke to one of my friends who was doing it for like 5 weeks. I really kind of looked into it because like I'm quite not fussy with food, but like I hate having rules when it comes to food. Even though I did macros last year like really intensely for like 4 or 5 months, where I basically counted my carbs, fats and proteins, like I was really obsessed with it, and like I have to kind of, I don't know, my personality, I feel like I have to be like all in or like I'm not. Even though I'm like that with food, I actually managed to stick to this for quite a while. The last few days I actually haven't, which I'll speak to you more about. If I'm able to stick to it, I feel like most people will be able to, because like I love food and like I'm such a foodie. First of all, let me explain what it is, that'll probably help. Intermittent fasting is basically when you have like a time period in the day where you can eat, or like it's kind of up to you when your hours are. So most people have the eating period of 8 hours, and then 16 hours you like fast, so you don't eat anything. When I say you don't eat anything, you can still drink like coffee, water, really low calorie drinks like soda, but then again like I'm not recommending to drink like Coca-Cola and like soda and that kind of thing, but you can. They say that if it's under like 40-50 calories and you're still considered like fasting, I would not survive without my morning coffee. Definitely include that. It just kind of makes eating a bit more simple, because if it gets to like 9, you're like, oh, what should I have for dinner? And like a lot of the time I feel like I eat for the sake of it, because I'm like, oh, I haven't had dinner. And that's kind of like a man-made construction, you know, like it should just be eat when you're hungry. My period of hours which I was eating was between 12 and 8 p.m. and like when it gets to 12, like I'm genuinely hungry and want a meal. You kind of get more satisfaction out of like eating when you're hungry. And for so long, especially because I've been living in my dad's house since I've been back from uni, like the fridge is always full, the cupboards are always full, so I'm always just like munching. Literally guys, he has like Oreo ice cream here. It's impossible to be healthy, because it kind of makes you more aware of what you're eating and when. I found that I kind of wanted to be more healthy, like I wanted to eat healthier meals, and not just that, like not just me being more healthy and kind of like having a more simple dietary routine. There are also so many health benefits which I was researching, and I was like, wow, like this is amazing. Like I'm gonna get into all of that stuff, and it's basically a pretty cool way to eat. I've literally written down all these things because I don't really remember them off the top of my head. So now, to get into the sciencey stuff, I just want to let you guys know that I got this information from Chris Gunners, who has a BA in medicine, CEO of Authority Nutrition. Because when I looked it up, his website came up, so I did like background checks and all the people who wrote the sciencey stuff, so that I'm not just repeating bullshit, and loads of amazing things came up which I literally didn't even know about till like 4 days in, and I was like, okay, this is motivating. I'm just gonna run through like 5 health benefits without getting too sciencey. 1 intermittent changes the function of cells, genes, and hormones. That doesn't necessarily sound like a good thing. That sounds like changing. I don't know if that's good. Insulin drops, which means you're allowing fat burn to happen more rapidly. Your growth hormone can accelerate up to 5 times, which allows for more fat burning and muscle development. Score. It allows your cells to repair better, and also your genes that make you who you are, that are able to prevent diseases. Obviously amazing. It can help you lose belly fat. That's specifically because you're burning fat by increasing your metabolic rate. I think it's like 3.6 to 14%. It can also cause less muscle loss than continuous calorie restriction. So if you're like restricting your calories to like 1,400 a day or something, which I personally think is far too low, if you do that, you'll probably lose muscle. But with intermittent, it really does help stop that. It can help lower your risk of type 2 diabetes. Slows down the aging process and inflammation in the body. One of the biggest reasons and kind of misconceptions that I want to clear up if anyone is thinking this is like, I did intermittent mainly because I wanted to see some kind of like control, like I like having discipline, not in like an over obsessed way, but like I plan my days, I like to plan my meals, I like to plan everything which I'm doing in the future. So for me it just kind of worked out pretty well. I think a lot of people, if you're trying to lose weight, or if you're trying to cut down on your weight, this is a really good way to do that as well. So like I definitely recommend it for people who are overweight, if that's one of their goals, or people who are cutting. But if you're just like a normal person who wants to experiment with food, then I don't necessarily recommend it, because you probably will end up losing weight. If your goal isn't to lose weight, then you need to make sure you really up your calories. For me, I have like the biggest appetite in the whole world. Like I could just constantly eat. So for me, it actually works pretty well, because I kind of upped my calories. It just made my portions like a little bit bigger. If you want to get into nutrition and exercise and being healthy, but you don't want to be like, oh, I'm gonna be only eat salads, you can still have the foods which you enjoy, as long as they're trying to promote you guys being relatively healthy. So like, as long as they're relatively healthy, and it's definitely like a fun thing to try out. Bit of dedication, bit of control, bit of motivation, commitment, never hurt anyone. If you start doing this and you're like, I hate this, I don't want to do this, like I'm hungry all the time, you know, like I don't want to promote hangry people in the world. Like I don't want that to be blamed on me, so then don't do it. Like, this is just a fun thing to see if it works for you. I love working out on an empty stomach. I personally just work out better when I feel a bit lighter, I feel a bit leaner, I can move around a bit more. I generally just feel like I have a bit more energy, especially with my BCAAs and my pre-workout, especially if I'm doing cardio. And because I'm training for the half marathon coming up, which is like in 20 days or something crazy, it really helps me feel lighter, and like I kind of push myself more, which I really enjoy. It's also made me completely stop snacking, which is a really good thing. Like I'm much more focused on now just having proper meals. I'm much more creative with my meals because I kind of cherish them a bit more. I generally think it's a great way to spend more time thinking about different meals that you can have. If you're going out for dinner, if it pushes you to like 9 p.m. or 10 p.m, then I personally wouldn't let that get in the way. You don't want this to become an anti-social thing. So if somebody invites you to dinner, like I definitely still recommend going. Yeah, you might be eating till 10 p.m. If you really want to make sure you're still fasting, then just extend the 2 hours, like that 2-hour window the next day. So instead of eating at 12, you might eat like 2. But once again, if you find that you're like really hungry and you're getting angry, don't do that at all. You can always start fresh like the next day. So it's no biggie. That's happened to me like quite a few times. Like I've gone out to eat quite late and then the next day I just start eating again at 12 because I'm not gonna wait till like 4 p.m. to like have my first meal. Also, if you wanna check out my blog post, I have a blog post on this. I don't know if you guys can see, and I put in a whole bunch of fun little gifs and pictures of cake, and nothing gets better than that. And then a weird picture of myself asleep, but I look a bit strange.